All right.
Okay. All right.
Your
Look,
young boy
let's
over
get
here getting frustrated too. That's what's weird.
Look, exactly. Let's get this started. I can't. I love it. All right. So look, for years, right? Sami Zayn was professional wrestling's ultimate underdog. If you thought about the underdog, you think about Daniel Bryan, you think about Eddie Guerrero, you think about Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn. You can definitely have, at least for now, have always you could put him in that conversation. Fans invested in every setback, every betrayal, and every near miss because they wanted to see Sami finally win the big one, right? Well, now he has it. He is the WWE champion. But here's the question: was the chase actually better than the payoff? Did winning the title complete one of wrestling's greatest underdog stories, or has they accidentally removed the very thing that made Sammy resonate with the fans? So, was this the right time to put the title on Sammy? All right, start this one off, Young Blood. What you got?
So I think it was the right decision. I think it was because he's been in the title picture for the longest time, and he's proven over and over again why he should have been the champion anyway. Because he beat Gunther. His longest like that's the longest IC title reign in history, and he beat Gunther. He did that. It wasn't like, and he didn't need no help to do it either. That was all him. He did that. He beat the Usos, or him and Kevin beat the Usos for the tag titles, and that
Yep, just like his interconnect connection went south.
Wow.
did that, beat them. Him and Kevin beat them. He's more than earned his stripes to get the World Heavyweight Championship, or not the WWE title. I'm sorry, he's more than earned it after IC title reign, after championship, after tag team title reign. He's earned it. Yes, he's the underdog, but at the same time, the payoff to me was just as good as the chase. And Twitch, Brock does not need another championship, so please shut that shit up.
Listen. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lou. Go ahead, Lou.
Am I good to go next, Chaz?
That's fine. You can go. Yeah,
Wow, you
Listen.
gave his permission?
he sure
You,
did.
you, you, you are right, AJB. You are right. Sammy is deserving of it, but also Sammy is the persona, the aura. He's not gonna hold that title long. He never does,
He should, but go ahead.
and I'm gonna agree with that man with the red hat that Oba and Oba and Brock have already fucking said it over and over that they're gonna meet at SummerSlam. And now that Oba is the king of the ring, it doesn't make sense not to go after Sammy, or go after that title. And I don't think it's gonna be Sammy facing him. I think it is gonna be Brock.
So like, look, you know what's funny? I got like a combination take on this. Like I kind of like between like the three of you all. Like Sammy winning, right? Definitely is like the big button. It's definitely that moment of like finally, like he won the big one. And this is no disrespect, right? But Sami Zayn is nothing more of a transitional champion at this point in his career. Looking at all the pieces, right? Because you gotta look at all the other pieces on the board. You still, and especially on what the SmackDown side, CM Punk's coming over. If the rumor's true, blah 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 whatnot, CM Punk's coming over. We already got Cody over there. You got Gunther over there. I'm trying to think who else is over there. You're probably moving up. Mello, LA Knight, Trick is in there. You got all. You probably have all these other big time players. Now, you gotta also remember that some of wrestling's greatest moments, and in history, right, came from transitional champions. Like, I know people don't like to talk about him right now because he's a big no guy, but Chris Benoit was a transitional champion, and folks like to romanticize that one, but we always remember that moment of him and Eddie, right? And guess what? Eddie Guerrero also was a transitional champion. That WWE title run was transitional. So it was like, I hate to say, it's hard to to really we use that term transitional so negatively, and it's like, oh no, don't say. Then like that's not necessarily a bad thing. And that's not to say that Sammy's run right that he's gonna have up until whenever he does lose the belt, like isn't gonna be good. Not knocking it at all. I do think this was a fresh coat of paint, something different, to lead us towards the summer. I mean, Sami Zayn isn't the long term answer WWE champion. Like he's just not. He's not presented that way, and it's not to say that he doesn't have the ability. Because I do think Sami Zayn has the ability to carry that company. But I also think that this is also maybe 5 years too late. Because there's so much more coming. There's so much more talent coming up. But like, yeah, that's that. Yeah. That's my two. That's my 2 cents on that one. What do you got, dog?
It's one of those things that I'm just kind of curious. I'm just like dumbfounded by. I agree with what you just said right there at the end. Like this is like 5 years too late. Like we've been all on the Sammy train since NXT. You know what I mean? Like his call up from NXT was crazy. We were all hyped about it. At that point, he was white hot. He came in. He threw both of his shoulders out. Still had a bomb ass
Mm-hmm.
match with John Cena. And we are like, bro, that's the guy right there. And like forever, they didn't even know what to do with him. He just kind of moved
Facts.
here, moved there. They're like, oh, Intercontinental, we'll make him a US champ. We'll do this, we'll do that. We'll feed him these kind of things. And it was just so crazy to watch like Kevin Owens like keep taking off and keep doing his thing. But Sammy was like consistently there and has been a consistent rock for this place. He's literally been the benchmark for everybody, and that's all they made him be was the benchmark. So getting this rally behind him and like having him win the title at Saudi Arabia, a place like let's not forget that a few years ago, Sammy was not allowed to be in Saudi. Like, just not. Like, the country was like, nah, we're not rocking with him. It was the people, let's be fair, it was the people in Saudi Arabia that when Roman Reigns like showed up, they were cheering for Sammy. And Sammy was not allowed to be in the country when the bloodline were there. So when he showed up and he started cutting those promos in Arabic and was showing off like all the things he could do and get everything moving, like then the crowd was like, yo, all right, who we think we got something here. So to put the title on Sammy now, it I don't know whether it's like a reward for like him, being so like consistent. And I don't want to say anything wrong. It's just that when you're the benchmark of the company for so long, like you should be getting these things handed to you already. Like you are the face. Like you are, the he not to be funny about calling people locker room leaders, but like Sammy is the guy that everybody goes to for something different, to learn something new. So like, why isn't that when like in the we're given a reward for something that just came to me and came way too late? Like, if you're gonna crown him the champion, why not make it at your biggest event? Because we know the Saudi WrestleMania is gonna be massive. So why not? He's gonna be in the main event. Why not just crown him then? And there's nothing saying that it won't happen again. But I just think Night of Champions was just kind of like a meh time. And I'll be fair too. The way the match ended, I felt was kind of like meh too. I get it. He pinned the champ, right? And he got the 3 count. It protected Gunther. But I'm like, and I was looking for something else out of it. Maybe like a one-on-one match. I don't know what I was looking for, but I was just kind of like, I'm happy for him, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, uh, it's a little late for me because I liked all the stuff that Sammy was doing beforehand. So
What Dean said in the comments, he said he wasn't moved by Sammy winning the championship. None of us were, really.
All right. So it's time to be the bad guy.
be the
So,
bad guy.
well, hold on. Before you be the bad guy, and I'll let you be the bad guy. And also, I want to take into account that the build, and like we've also mentioned this before, this whole Sami Zayn complaining thing, like cried whiner, has not, at least as far as this panel is concerned, has not gone over, well. Like it's more or less annoying than anything else. Like so I think that has to do with it as well. And I know he's kind of tipping the heel baby face line like he's the tweener. He's not yet a full face heel yet, But like it's just this whole build to this like the whole title scene has been weird. Post,
We also acknowledge that you're literally borrowing right from the Usos, though. Like you're talking about your day oneers, like the day one ish stuff. Like you're literally calling yourself that. So you're riding Jay's coattails to get over with the crowd, which I don't like that either. You're literally riding the Usos coattails. I don't like that either. That's my problem. That's why I find it annoying and I'm not connecting with it because it's not natural. It doesn't feel natural to me to watch that build.
So here's my okay. Go ahead, be the bad guy, Twitch. I got a question to ask everybody. But go ahead.
I don't think he deserves it. I don't think Sami Zayn is what you. Don't look at me like that, Lou. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't think he deserves it in the capacity that he got it, with a very bland ending.
Okay.
I don't think he deserves it with
Okay.
a triple threat match. I think if you were going to make Sami Zayn champion, like we almost all of us have agreed, it's too late. If you were going to do this, you should have done this pre Bloodline, post Bloodline, when Sami Zayn was still on fire. Now we get Karen Zayn and he's world champion. We got a man who's beating up a gingerbread man at a funeral, and that's our world champion now. When meanwhile, on the back burner, we have Oba and Brock, and Oba has said themselves, or himself, 1-1. They are not done. Say it all you want. The match for SummerSlam is Brock and Oba. Sammy is a transitional champion to get us to Brock and Oba. AJ, I agree with you. He does not need the title whatsoever. It does nothing for Brock. It does nothing for the title. It, if anything, it demotes it, in my opinion. We know that SummerSlam is going to be Brock Lesnar's last match. What better way for WWE in their mind to say thank you to him than giving him one more title run before he hands it off to Oba and they strap the rocket and launch it?
No, because if it's going to be his last match, why give it to him?
Because it's Brock Lesnar, and what else are you?
Because
No.
they want to put it. They
No.
want to put on. No, they're going to put it on the next big thing. That's what it is.
Give it,
They want to put it on
give
the
it to
next big
Oba.
thing.
If it's gonna be his last match, and he's not wrestling no more after this, that would be a waste of a championship win. Give it to
Would it?
Oba.
Would it
But,
though? Like real
okay,
talk.
so
Hold up. Real talk. Like when John Cena won the title at the Royal Rumble and dropped it in the Elimination Chamber, like to Bray Wyatt, like we didn't think that was a waste. We didn't. We didn't
Oh
call
yes,
that
we
out.
did. Yes, we did.
No, but what I'm
No, we
saying is
didn't.
that
100%
Brock is not going to be
wasted.
wrestling after SummerSlam. So who's he going to drop it to, or is he going to go
Oba.
just vacate it?
No,
He's
he's
gonna
going
drop
to
it over.
drop Oba at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Brock's gonna be Sammy for the title.
I think on a SmackDown or something coming up, Brock beats Sammy for the title the same way he beat Kofi Kingston.
I
Brock
don't know.
going
What
to
you
run.
saying to me don't make sense, because if you're saying it's a demotion essentially, it wouldn't make no sense to give it to him.
I
Dude,
think
Brock,
How would it be a demotion?
I think it makes the title look like a demotion, not so much the person itself. I
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm saying. You saying it would look like a demotion, so why give it to him?
because it's Brock Lesnar.
this is Brock. That's the name.
It is
Yeah,
Brock. Brock is a money mover, unfortunately.
yeah.
I guess I don't.
I
I'm not
So,
saying he's
don't
not a.
think I
I'm
don't
not
think
saying he's not a money mover. I'm just saying it's like the decision to me doesn't make a lot of sense.
oh,
Brock,
the
and I'm gonna
decision
tell you this.
doesn't
I'm gonna
make
tell you what's
sense.
gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna work out. And July 18th is the next Saturday night's main event.
Yep.
It's going to be held in Madison Square Garden. I
Yep.
think Sami Zayn faces Brock at Saturday night main event. Brock gets one last match in the Garden. He
Yep.
wins the title in the Garden.
Yep.
Okay. And then yeah, Brock and Oba at SummerSlam for the championship. Now,
That's what I'm
while
telling you.
this makes absolutely is so ass backwards to do, like, and I agree with AJ, like it don't make sense to do it because yes, this is a waste of a championship reign, but it's more it keeps Brock away from your main event people. Like it keeps him away from a Cody. It keeps him away from CM Punk. It keeps
Yeah.
him away, and
Roman.
it keeps him away from a Roman, and it gets the title so that not only does we get this over Brock Lesnar match, the third match, they're 1-1. We get the rubber match, but now we're gonna elevate it because guess what? It's for the championship, and
And
knowing
it's
that
in
ES
Brock Lesnar's hometown. His
exactly Brock
adopted
Lesnar's
hometown.
hometown, and then you know how they've done with this ESPN mess now that this partnership, they will milk that Brock Lesnar, all right, at such and such age, the greatest combat sport athlete of all time, in his hometown, defending against the the next big thing who they're comparing him to at such. It don't make sense in wrestling
You're gonna
term
do
in
the tail of the
wrestling,
tape thing.
but it doesn't, and I you're right, it don't. Like this is a waste. But
Let
the bigger match going into SummerSlam is having Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi with the belt. It just to the outside looking in, to the person that don't watch Raw every week, to the person that don't watch SmackDown, who I watched WrestleMania earlier this year, and because I saw it was on ESPN. Because you gotta remember, there are those folks who just watch PLEs now because it's on ESPN. And
Yeah.
so you gotta take
debate.
you gotta take that into account. That
Debate.
there's the ones who just only watch the main four shows because that's what they remember as a kid: Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
So wrestling debate.
And be
So like
serious now.
Oh, what you want?
it's one of those things where like
But be serious though right now. What demographic of people does the WWE cater to now? The non-casual fans.
correct, yeah.
And those people who are looking at the UFC, they're looking at this match like, oh yeah, I remember Brock Lesnar from the UFC. He's in WWE now. Like, I need to go check out that match real
There
quick.
you go.
Yeah, so they're gonna do it. And but the thing is like they're gonna make you pay for SummerSlam to watch it because that's gonna be the main event. Like you're
Oh
not
yeah.
putting that
that
show to
is,
start. You know what I mean?
this would be a good segue to our second topic. We are getting off track of, is this on Sammy an emotional way?
What's up? It's your boy Twitch Graves. Thank you for checking out this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you like and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, Facebook, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, and Twitch at 3CountPod. Twitter and X, 3Count_pod. While you're at it, head on over to Pro Wrestling Tees or ForYourWear.com and make sure you buy our merchandise. That was talking, they won't run their mouth when them shadows start popping, body starts